Uh, so before we begin, I'd like to say that we are not going to trash talk them. As Tyler was saying, all theaters, but this is just our opinion of the 2024 nominees of the Tony Awards.
Yes, please don't get offended.
I mean, they can get offended, but these are just opinions. We're not gonna trash talk your shows, but these are opinions. Mm,
These are opinions, and they're called opinions for a reason.
yeah. Okay, so starting off with Best Book of a Musical, the nominees are Hell's Kitchen, Notebook, The Outsiders, Stuffs, and Water for Elephants.
I mean, what are they looking for when they describe best book? Like best screenplay? Like
Maybe Best Dialogue. I'm not sure, but all I know is I'm glad Notebook got nominated for Best Book. Uh,
I
however, oh, go ahead.
yeah. I'm very shocked How to Dance in Ohio didn't get nominated for best book because I think the
1000%.
I think the show and the lines were all delivered very well.
And I think the storyline in general also just is amazing.
And there was nothing like dragged or
Nothing too cheesy.
yeah, exactly.
Everything is professional. Okay, how do you know how long ago Stuff's opened?
Stuff's opened
Like a week,
2 weeks
yeah,
ago,
okay, 2 weeks ago. And then
a
what
week
about
and
Hell's
a half, two
Kitchen?
weeks ago.
What?
Hell's Kitchen opened oh Hell's Kitchen opened earlier than Stuff, so it's close to like possibly like 3 weeks ago.
Okay, so I
Less
think
than a month.
with how sooner how close to the nomination date these two shows opened, I don't know if they should have been eligible.
I I agree. I feel like if they let Stuff's um if they had postponed their uh opening dates for Stuffs, Hell's Kitchen, and The Great Gatsby, also Heart of Rock and Roll. But that opened in late March, so that's just kind of like, it happens. Oh well. But for Gatsby, Hell's Kitchen, and Stuffs especially, and Illinois, oh my
We'll
God.
we'll get to that later, yeah.
We'll get to that, yeah. But
Because that's gonna be
for those
a
three,
whole nother section.
yeah, for Hell's Kitchen and Stuffs, I really think they would have benefited if they got moved to next year's nomination list because
Because
as
then they
of
would have had a year
current,
on Broadway already.
yeah, as of current, there aren't as many shows opening because I actually looked on Broadway.com because I knew we were doing this and I know we all know Smash is opening. We all know Romeo and Juliet is opening. There's a couple plays, one called English. Uh, there's Our Town. There's Othello. Like,
Yeah.
not as many shows as this year. So it definitely wouldn't have harmed them if Suff's, Hell's Kitchen, Gadsby, Illinois got moved to next year.
Is Gatsby a limited run or is it full?
No, Gadsby was not a planned limited run.
Okay, I was gonna say if it's a limited run, then I understand opening it earlier. But since it's not limited, like you said, it would have been better for next year. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I agree.
so the next category is Best Original Score written for the theater, and this includes Days of Wine and Roses, Hela's Love, The Outsiders, Stereophonic, and Stuffs.
Oh boy. Um, so Stereophonic, I don't know what that's doing there because it's a play.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, again, I haven't seen it, so
Well, it doesn't say written for musical. It just says best original score written for the theater. So,
Okay, all right.
but I, but then, like, still, if,
The Where is the Notebook?
yeah, like, with how great that cast album was, I would have liked to see best original score for that.
Yeah, and
I
I
mean, I'm glad
will.
The Outsiders got nominated.
I mean, I just find it like I don't know. Maybe it's just from like a non-frequent theater goer's point of view. Because like, I don't have the money to see every single new show right
Yeah.
then and there. Excuse me. But I think that from like, the general audience's point of view, the Notebook's album got released before any of its nominations, any before any of the best score nominations. Besides Days of Wine and Roses, which has been out for a while.
Did Days of Winding Roses get a cast recording?
It did. It doesn't look like the program logo.
Got it. I was like, I have not seen it. Is it
But
with?
yeah, look it up. It
Yeah.
is a thing. It is fantastic. I will give it that. But the Notebook, there was something very special about the Notebook, and I was very upset.
And like it told a story just through it told a story just through the cast album too. Like it I could follow the story just by listening to the cast album. I didn't have to see the show or read the book or watch the movie yet.
It did. It did. I totally agree.
Like it started off with the relationship and then it went to the stuff that happens and then it went to the ending. Like I could understand the story just by listening to the soundtrack.
Yeah, you can
Which
definitely tell what's happening, and then you can hear the drastic differences between like, versions of Noah and Allie.
and I think if a soundtrack can make you understand the story and visualize the story just by being a soundtrack, that is a sign of a good soundtrack.
Yeah, like I'm gonna bring up How to Dance in Ohio again because How to Dance in Ohio, if it were eligible, it was. I This was one category that I would, as much as I love the soundtrack, this is a category that I am not surprised it didn't get nominated for. Don't get me wrong, How to Dance in Ohio is a terrific soundtrack. It's just
But it would be better with the script or like you know what I mean? Like it's not mostly known
yeah,
for the soundtrack.
The Notebook told the story, and The Notebook, and the most captivating thing besides like, the effects of The Notebook is the score. Like it was written that way. Ingrid Michaelson and the creative team in The Notebook, they wrote it so that the score was the standout. Um, Whereas How to Dance in Ohio, you kind of need the story and the character development and the script to follow along with the cast recording. I don't know. It was just something like entrancing. Is that the right word? It was no. The Notebook had something mesmerizing about it, and I
You could feel
don't.
the emotions.
Yeah, exactly. And I just think it was absolutely robbed.
Like this is a spoiler for anyone who hasn't listened, but the song Home where who was it? I'm blanking on the names.
It was the. It's the finale of Act One. I'm
Allie
assuming.
and Noah when Noah's running from the police.
Yep.
That you could hear the panic in their voices, like it really got you into it.
Yeah, and like, and then like, you get your first in like, non opening number scene with the older Allie and the older Noah.
Seeing the
Um,
dementia play out.
and it's the chaos, and then you're just like, and you can feel the disorientation and the hauntingness to her voice, and she's like, "Get away from me, get away from me."
Yeah.
And then it just like leaves you like with that uneasy feeling in your stomach, but in the best way.
Yeah. And
Um,
oh,
yeah, so Notebook got robbed of that one.
the next category is Best Performance by a Leading Actor in a Leading Role of a Play. The nominees are William Jackson Harper for Uncle Vanna, Leslie Odom Jr. for Pearly Victorious, uh, Lee Live Schreiber, Doubt, Jeremy Strong, An Enemy of the People, Michael Strollberg, I'm butchering his names, The Patriot. I don't honestly have that many comments about this though.
Neither do I because I don't follow plays as much.
Yeah, but I'm
But
glad Leslie Odom Jr. got nominated. I know Early Victorious got shot for a post shot that will be releasing in May, which I'm so excited for. Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
because I'm so glad. It'll be on PBS.
Let's
Uh,
go. I'm so excited about that. I had no idea. I love Leslie Odom Jr. I mean, I didn't see Pirelli Victorious, but I I mean, we all know who he is from Hamilton,
yeah.
and if a lot of older people watched Smash, I know him from that show.
I've heard a lot of great things about Pearly Victorious though. So,
I had no idea it was a revival. I thought it was a new work.
yeah, it's yeah.
I was unaware of that. When I found that out this morning, I was like, "Oh,
Wow.
okay."
And so
But
this, oh, sorry.
you know, it's I don't have much knowledge or that many opinions about the plays.
So this
I
next one, oh,
Sorry, yeah.
no worries. This one's actually, so honestly, do you want me to skip the leading actress in a play? Because,
Yeah, I will say just like because I like, it's not like relevant, but I just because of how I didn't see the show, but because of how she portrayed it, I really wish Mil Melissa Millie Simmons, the deaf actress in Grey House, who was also in A Quiet Place. Um, I wish she had gotten nominated because I watched a clip of her performance in Grey House and it was just phenomenal.
yeah.
Despite her being, completely completely deaf, she nailed that performance out of the park and I think she deserved to be nominated.
And so this next one is going to get a lot of controversy. Best performance by an actor in leading role of a musical. Here are the nominees. Brody Grant, Outsiders. Jonathan Groff, Mary Roll Along. Dorian Harewood, The Notebook. Ryan Darcy James, Days of Wine and Roses. Eddie Redmayne, Cabaret at the Kit Kat Club. Here's what I think. I think, uh, I'm glad Jonathan Groff got nominated for his role. And I'm glad Brian Dusty, but I'm really mad that nobody from Back to the Future got nominated.
Mm.
And John Cardoza from Notebook, who plays middle Noah, I think. Either middle or young.
John plays younger Noah,
Yeah.
and John wouldn't have gotten a nomination for leading I because I did research it and how they ruled it was the older two, even though they had the least amount of stage time, uh, were considered the leads, and the other four were considered featured.
Got it.
I don't know how they
Yeah,
ruled that, but
especially since middle and younger are on more often.
yeah,
Especially middle.
again, I don't know how they ruled that. They just did. So
Yeah.
John wouldn't have gotten nominated anyway, but he should have gotten nominated for his respective category. But that's for later. I I'm happy, Jonathan. I'm not mad about any of those nominations.
No, they all deserve them.
Yeah.
But
However, a lot of people are saying Jonathan Groff is gonna take the win. Brian Darcy James has been one of the most iconic Broadway performers ever, right up there with Jonathan Groff, and he has received 0 Tony wins. And because Brian is a little older than Jonathan Groff, I think that this year is his year, and I really hope he takes home the win.
I'd be fine with either of those two.
Like,
Brody Grant,
and
I'd also be happy with, but I'm rooting for Jonathan or Brian.
yeah, and also not saying that Brody isn't amazing. I mean, I haven't seen it, but based on the cast, the few songs that are out and like the performance clips I've seen, he's amazing. He's just on the young side, and I feel like he has a lot more
Opportunities to get
opportunity
nominated
to, yeah, exactly.
in future years.
Whereas Brian and Groff Sauce don't have that many more roles. I mean, they could. We
But the
could
older
see,
you get, the older you get, the harder it is for you to get casted in a musical.
yeah, we could see a revival of Sound of Music in like 5 years and see Brian Darcy James as Captain Von Trapp. Who knows?
Yeah.
That would be something. But I've always had a love and respect for Brian. And I wish I could have seen him live and like stage door and like met him because he seems like such a down to earth person and
100%.
someone I would really get along with. And like his performance clips of Days of Wine and Roses are just unmatched. I feel like he's phenomenal.
And
But I'm not gonna be mad if anyone takes home the Tony.
yeah, I'd be fine with any of them. They're all really good. The next one is for the leading actress in a musical. Eden Espiano, Lampica, Mayla Joy Moon, Hell's Kitchen, Kelly O'Hara, Days of Wine and Roses, Marianne Plunkett, The Notebook, Gail Rankin, Cabaret at the Kit Kat Club.
I I'm gonna throw out something controversial. I don't think Gail Rankin should have been in the nominations. Ugh, that's so bad to say, but like,
There's gonna be people in the comments going, "Oh, blah 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 blah."
no, listen, she she is a phenomenal actress. Her singing, I just, again, I'm not trying to like, not like she'll ever see this, but like,
You're
I,
gonna say this, and she's gonna be commenting down below
she's gonna be
some.
like, this 17-year-old white boy from New York is trashing me. I'm like, no. Um, I I love her take on Sally. I think she dove more into the character more than Liza Minnelli did, and more than oh my god, I am drawing a blank on the name who played her in the Alan Cumming version. But anyway, she dove more into her psyche character and honestly had the most character presence of Sally Bowles than the others did. But her singing, I can't buy into her singing the role of Sally. I I don't know. I'm definitely gonna get a lot of hate for that. But I'm happy that, she got nominated. I mean, that whole production was a London production that got moved to New York. It's like, West End people. I don't think West End actors would imagine them going to New York and getting nominated for a Tony.
Yeah, they have their own awards.
So I'm happy for her that British actors get to experience that, and vice versa whenever an American actor goes to play a show in London, i.e. Casey Levy in Next to Normal. But yeah, that's my hot take on that category.
And so these next ones, they're from a play, so we can either go over them or skip over them.
uh oh, is it best featured actor
Yeah.
actress? Yeah, we can skip.
Yeah, there's not much I was gonna say about it. Okay,
Yeah, like I
now,
said, I have no opinion on
yeah, I don't
plays.
watch many plays. Now this one, best
Oh boy.
performance by an actor in a featured role. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. Roger Butt, Back to the Future. Joshua Boone, The Outsiders. Brandon Victor Dixon, Hell's Kitchen. Skylar Coda Lynch, The Outsiders. Daniel Radcliffe, Merrily Roll Along. Stephen Skybell, Cabaret at the Kit Kat Club. Here's what I think. I think Roger Butt, who plays Doc, should not be a featured role. For me, I think he's a lead.
I I don't disagree with you. Um, but again, I think it's a weird ruling that the Tony Awards had, because he's not in a lot of the Marty McFly action. He's just kind of there as yes, he's the second main character, but next to Marty, but
And then I'm glad Daniel Radcliffe got nominated.
yeah, he's been overlooked for years.
Yeah.
I'm very happy Daniel Radcliffe got nominated.
And I'm crossing my fingers that either him or Roger pulls in the Tony because Daniel deserves one so much for his performance.
He does.
And I'm not saying
He
Roger doesn't, but I'm saying Daniel, like you said, has been overlooked for years, and I think it's his. I think this is his season.
Yeah, there's no denying that. I find it someone's gonna see this and get mad at me, but I'm not bashing this actor. It's just really funny to me. The Outsiders posted a TikTok, um, I'm passing the phone as their characters.
Yeah.
And Sky Lakota Lynch, who ironically also got nominated, said in that video, "I'm passing the phone to a character everyone thinks is cut," and passes the phone to Joshua Boone. Um, which I find hysterical. And I and then those two are the ones out of any of the outsider boys that get nominated. Um, which I don't know, which I don't have a problem with. I just thought that lore was hilarious.
Yeah, honestly, I don't have a problem with any of the nominations.
I just wish I do wish that John or Ryan got nominated. Also Hugh Coles was incredible in Back to the Future, and I'm sad to see that he didn't get a nomination. A lot of people said they liked Hugh Coles over Roger Bart.
Who does who play again?
He played
That's
George
okay.
McFly.
Yeah.
I mean, Hugh Coles was hysterical, but I think based on critics and fan favorites, it's gonna go to Roger Bart before it goes to um Hugh Coles, because I think that was a given because Doc is the next in line for main character
Yeah.
to Marty McFly. Um, which is unfortunate because Hugh deserved it, but you know.
And later, uh, we'll be talking about Back to the Future a little more with lighting design, but that'll come later.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's gonna be a fun topic to talk about. Um, Next one, best performance by an actress in a featured role, which I don't have a problem with a lot of these. But Shoshona Bean, Hell's Kitchen, Amber Inman, Lampika, Nicki M. James, Stuffs, Leslie Rodriguez, Kutzer, Monty Python Spamalot, which I haven't heard with the nominations uh much. And then Kecia Lewis, Hell's Kitchen, Lindsay Mendez, Mary, and Beb Newirth, Cabaret.
I as much as I love Shoshana Bean, I was looking up the Hell's Kitchen reviews.
Mhm.
I saw maybe one or two people slash critics comment on her performance, and one of them was actually a negative critique on Shoshana Bean's performance. So how she got snagged into that title, I don't know, but I love Shoshana Bean. I mean, she's phenomenal. However, that did surprise me based on all of their Hell's Kitchen reviews I looked up because it got so many nominations. I was like, I have to see what this is all about. And
Yeah.
the the two comments I saw, one was positive, one was negative. But hey, good for her. I am infuriated Joy Woods is not in that list.
Mm-hmm.
She was, oh my god. The Ingrid Michaelson literally made a compilation video of um a bunch of people that covered the her song, Joy Woods song in the show. And it was phenomenal, and like, everyone's praising Joy Woods as they should because her voice is so captivating, especially in that song. So I'm just shocked that she did not get a nomination.
Yeah. All right, so the next category, best performance. We already did that one. We can skip over best scenic design of a play because,
Yeah, again, no
yeah.
comment.
Now, here is mm, best scenic design of a musical. Outsiders, Hell's Kitchen, Water for Elephants, Here Lies Love, Lampika, Back to the Future, and Kit Kat Club. I'm so glad Back to the Future got nominated.
I am too. They deserved it. What Limpika is I don't think is a shocker there.
Yeah,
Um
not at all. But I will
because
say,
their set is
I
incredible.
I love the set of the Notebook too, with how it rains.
Yeah, but also I mean
Okay, but what
it
about the Outsiders with with like the Rumble?
yeah, um all of those nominations make sense in a certain way, like, but Hell's Kitchen just looks like a bunch of projections. Like
Yeah,
Hell's Kitchen just looks like just another reboot of Anne Juliet. I said it. Like I
you're
maybe
gonna get a
I'm
lot
just
of people in the comments.
maybe I'm just getting burned out by jukebox musicals,
No, but
but
juke, people need to write their own music instead of using other people's. I don't care if it goes with the story. Write your own music.
yeah, I don't know. It's just like it just doesn't sit with me. It just Hell's Kitchen just reminds me too much of Anne Juliet, and I'm just like, Why?
Because with how many jukebox musicals we have MJ, we had
MJ, Moulin Rouge, and Juliet, Mamma Mia, Hell's Kitchen,
yeah, with all
Jack the
these,
Little Pill.
uh
Um,
I was gonna say, are there enough jukebox musicals a year to make that a category? I don't think so though.
no, not there aren't enough jukebox musicals per year to make it its own category. No.
I was gonna say if there were, that should be its own category.
Yeah, they're very spread out. And I think they do that on purpose.
Yeah.
So but yeah, the that was a crazy lineup as far as
But
I
like I
don't
said, I'm glad Back to the Future got nominated. But
yes.
coming tomorrow, because I'm uploading this on Wednesday, but then Thursday will be part two. Coming tomorrow, we'll be covering costume design of a play, maybe, uh, costume design of a musical, lighting design of a play and musical, which is going to get controversial, sound design of a musical, direction of a play and musical, choreography, and we'll probably stop there because we might need to make a part three because this is 6 pages long. Um,
All
so
right. We haven't gotten the best musical, have we?
no, I think we need to save that for the last part
Yes, that because
because
oh
that's gonna be the
boy.
most controversial.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right. Well, let's just do as much as we can do tomorrow, and then if we need to do a part three, we'll do a part three.
because best musical is gonna be the most. Mm.
Yeah, stay tuned, guys.
We have opinions for best musical. All right,
All
so
right. Well, thank you for having me. This is fun to talk Tony business with a friend who is insane about it as I am.
yeah, and I mean when the Tony Awards nominees aren't as good as they should be, I think it get a little crazy.
Yep. Mm.
Because then they'll update it live. I'm like, no, no, no. Oh, okay, no, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. No.
Wait. Um, because we already covered his what would have been his category. Where is the Tony nom for Chip Zion? I'm butchering his last name, but like
And for those who don't know who he plays at home, what show?
Harmony.
Yes.
He plays the older rabbi in Harmony, but he's been in a million shows. He was the OG Baker in Into the Woods. He was in The Producers at one point. He was in Forum at one point. He's a phenomenal actor, and the fact that he's been in the Broadway biz for 40 years and hasn't received a single nomination so far is beyond me. Like,
Yeah.
so anyway, justice for Chip, because this probably is his last show, or was, because Harmony closed.
And as a reminder, guys, these are just our opinions. Don't get angry in the comments. These are just our
Yes, please
opinions.
don't get mad. I just have a soft spot for different shows and different actors and all that.
But we'll see all of you guys tomorrow. Running out of time on Zoom, so
Later.